Do it for my father, family affair, my whole family in here. I do it for the block, do it for the soldiers, do it for the sport, do it for the culture. I'm undisputed, yeah, I'm undisputed. Do it for my father, do it for my mother. It's a family affair, my whole family in here. I did it for the past, I did it for the future, I did it for us all. That's why I'm undisputed. Pound for pound, 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 pound for pound.
Welcome to the CompuBox Academy. The crowd is buzzing for this one here tonight. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time for our tale of the tape. It's Sugar Ray Leonard. He, of course, won world titles in 5 different weight classes, including the undisputed welterweight title. His hometown is Wilmington, North Carolina. Saul Canelo.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Palmer Park, Maryland, a legend of the sport, the 5-division champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a 4-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
Not too many seats to be. And there's the bell for round 1. And he misses with that straight left. Well-placed hook. How about that time counter shot? Nice counter punch right up the middle. Big swing and a miss with the hook. Nice counter shot. Perhaps the hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
This is not just hot.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do you do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
That hook doesn't score. That uppercut doesn't land. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit. And he scores with the counter. Caution being thrown to the wind. Good counter counter-punching. Nice work to block that right uppercut. Those counter-punches have to hurt. One punch could change everything in this battle. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Leonard in that last round. You know that bell was sweet. And there's the bell to start round two. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
A perfect counter shot. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
Hard, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Straight right just misses. Good counter punch. Misses with the straight left. Both men step back for just a moment. The counter lands. Threw the uppercut, but did not score. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
That counter punch caught him clean. You'd like to see more jabs. Nope, that hook won't score. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray in that last round. Let's get it started in round three. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
What a punch. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
So close to that uppercut. Well done with that counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. His stamina is off the charts. Beautiful counter shot. That right hook won't score. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
Hard look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use blame over brawn.
They exchange punches. Left hook just missed. They threw the hook. It didn't land. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something. Back at it in round 4. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Swing and a miss with the hook. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Lucky that hook didn't score. Down goes Sugar Ray Leonard. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
That's lights.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory? That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Try that again, it will happen all over again.
a side. Will you live? Will you die? Will you quit? Will you try? Sweating eyes. Who am I? Who am I? Champion till I die. Every morning, every night. Boy, I gotta look alive. Now you can hear the crowd going wow. Yeah, you know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. Pick a side, pick a side. Only two options, be with the winners or the other guys. Yeah, ain't no time, we already on the way. Better get themselves in line. Thought I told you we don't play. The team going nuts, the score going up, morale going down, the fans packing up. Now all the kids got a new hero. They ain't never seen so many zeros. And that's when the crowd starts to shout. Yeah, you know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight. The champions about to get down. Yeah, spill venom out the side of my pores. We came to battle, we came for war. Digging in the mud, carry across the globe. No matter the weather, rain, sunny or snow. I guess all the sacrifice was worth it. The pain made perfect and gave me a purpose, yeah. And I still don't get no breaks. And you about to learn why if you in my way. You know who's up in the house tonight. The champions are back in your town. Feel the stands and make them shout tonight.
Welcome to the WBC Arena, and what a night and what a fight we expect this to be. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
Terrence Bud Sugar Ray Robinson, one of the most skilled boxers to ever lace up the gloves, inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1990, and he fights out of Harlem, New York.
This is going to be an intense stare-off before the fight starts.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed three-division champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner from New York, here is one of boxing's...
A lot of track. So here we go. Should be a good one. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. How about that time counter shot? These two have been going at it on social media, and now finally they're about to go at it in the ring.
Now, certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And look in that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They're elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
And he scores with the counter. Good counter punch. Swing and a miss with that hook. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Good counter punching. Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter shot. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
skill for skill, tap for tap. It's just like a match made in heaven.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. Sugar Ray is down. We wondered how good his chin was, but no one's chin standing up to that shot.
Shot from...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you okay?
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know...
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. Boy, this next round is going...
I need you to focus on that game.
And there's the bell for round 2. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Oh, listen to me. If I look so...
Let's watch that again in replay from a different angle.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you continue?
Another puller right there. Crawford is dazed. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Got out of the way of that right hook. Just missed with that hook. Robinson got buzzed there. He's in trouble. How is this fight still continuing?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T. Play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Perfect counter shot. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to double a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, their every twitch.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, this fighter has been down twice. They've got to up their game here, or this fight is going to be over. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Gotta be feeling confident heading into this round after knocking their opponent down twice.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Good punch. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. That counter shot lands. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
There's a counter shot. They exchange punches. A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Swing and a miss with the jab. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Hit hard, and he may be ready to go. Good job trying to back out of trouble.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Only catching air with that hook. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. They got the momentum. There's the bell for round 4. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well done with that counter shot. Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. We were going to see the finish there.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Swing and a miss with that hook. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow-mo.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You still want to fight?
So they'll make it up, and this fight continues.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Stamina is off the charts. Nice counter shot. Miss with that jab. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. These two fighters are made for one another. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Perfect counter lands. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Holding nothing back. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
You heard that right, ladies and